Welcome back to Science Bowl. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Before we ask any more science questions, let's find out about our 6 young people playing our game today. Let's go first to Benjamin Tasker. And Joy, you've been on this show a number of times. How many times?
3. This makes it 4.
This makes 4 times here. What do you like about Science Bowl? Why do you keep coming back?
I like the thrill of having to answer questions on the spot.
Yeah, well, you're very good at it. You're demonstrating that here today. Tell me a little bit about Tasker. Who's the principal there?
Dr. Hill.
Wonderful. And who's the sponsor of your team?
Our sponsor is Miss Reynolds, but she couldn't make it today.
And who's here with you today?
Miss Clark Green.
Miss Green. And Miss Green, she's wonderful. She won the county championship when she was at an elementary school, and she has been a judge with us many times. And Janet, thank you for all that you've done for our program. Joy, any alternates on your team?
No alternates.
None alternates. They don't need any. You guys are just, you're great. Tell me something about Tasker that you think people at home should know about. Something great you like to brag about.
Well, Tasker's a fun place for the most part. You can make a lot of friends there, and there's people that can relate to you there.
Yeah. Friendship is important in life. Wherever you can make friends, that's all to the good. And I know you have some great teachers there. What do you want to do someday, Joy?
I want to be an OBGYN.
Yeah, well, you'll be a good one. You're very detail-oriented, and you're a compassionate, you're an empathetic young lady. You're going to do well. Ajibola, nice to have you back. Tell us the Ajibola story. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, in my spare time, I like to play video games, watch TV, watch videos. Sometimes I'll read books. Mainly, you'll find me reading graphic novels.
Wonderful. You're so well-spoken. You're a really good communicator. You're doing all the stuff, all the kid stuff you should be doing right now. And also, you're a great student because you're here. And Samir, what about yourself? You know an awful lot about science. How do you know so much science?
I know a lot because science is one of my favorite subjects, second to math. And my dad was an engineer before he opened a small business. Yes. And he always wants me to do good in those categories.
Well, he's got to be very proud of you because you are. You're doing extremely well here. What do you want to do when you get older?
When I get older, I want to be a surgeon, and I also want to invest in stocks, make my money work for me.
You're a smart young man. That's right. That's the American dream. We all want to hit it rich, and we want to be smart about it. Let's go over to Thurgood Marshall. And Omar, I think I mispronounced your name. It is Omar Straker. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
My apologies to you. Tell us about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, in my spare time, I'm usually at the park with my friends playing basketball, playing Fortnite or Call of Duty. But that was what you most find me like.
That's great. And you told me one of the proudest moments of your life was when you got to meet John Wall, right?
Yes. So it was 2016, and me and my dad had courtside tickets.
Whoa.
And I had thanked him for it. And John Wall had came out to practice, and we saw the whole team and everything. And then that's when we went over. And, I met him, and we shook hands, and he autographed my jersey. And he shook my head and said, have fun.
Whenever it's something like that, you remember every moment, don't you?
Yes.
Every detail. Would you like
sir.
to be in the NBA yourself someday?
Well, I have 2. I'm not sure which one. But if I do go to NBA, then once I retire, I would like to be a zookeeper, yes.
That's wonderful. Well, you have a good head on your shoulders, and I know you're going to be successful whatever you choose to do. And Gabriel, nice to have you on the show here today. You're our captain. Tell us about Thurgood Marshall. Who's the principal?
Our principal is Dr. Clark.
Wonderful. And Thurgood Marshall has only been on our show in our 33 years. This is only the 2nd year. So you guys don't have the history. You've not been here. You're doing a really good job. We're really happy to have you with us. Tell us who your coach is.
Coach is Miss Butler.
Yeah, Tracy, thank you for taking the opportunity that we offered, and we really like having your school here, and thank you for all you've done. And Gabriel, do you have any alternates on your team?
No, sir.
No? All right, it's just the 3 of you, and you're playing a good game here. What do you want to do someday?
Someday I want to go to Howard, and I want to major in chemistry. And one day, I know people say stuff is impossible, but nothing's impossible if you put your mind to it, and someday I would like to cure cancer.
That is wonderful, and we're all waiting for that cure. So many people, something tells me you're going to be part of that. So Howard Bison, they're going to be lucky to get you. And Bernard, you are having a good time over there. You're just coming up with answers left and right and yelling things. Are you having a good time?
Yes.
I'm glad, because I enjoy having you here. What do you want to do someday?
Well, I want to go to the NFL after I retire.
I want to be an architect and then own my own business.
Well, you got it all planned out, don't you?
Yes.
And that's, you got to have a plan. You have a plan. And like Gabriel said, there's nothing you can't do if you don't put your mind to it. All right, let's get back into the game. 60 for Thurgood Marshall, 110 for Tasker. Lots of points to give away. All right, guys, we're in it, right? Okay, 3 heads are better than 1. Okay, get ready on those buzzers. Here we go. Last correct answer came from Joy. Let's play the game again.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, they say that a busy person, like all of you, grass does not grow under your feet, nor does a rolling stone gather any of this green thing. A rolling stone gathers no what, Thurgood Marshall?
Moss.
Moss, exactly right. Good, that's the saying. Go green. Go ahead.
Okay.
Body systems.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, if you have a deep, dark secret that you don't want anybody to know, you're said to have one of these bony collections in your closet. Gabriel.
Diary.
What are you said to have in your closet if you have a deep, dark secret?
Skeletons.
Skeleton. You got a skeleton in your closet. You got it. All right. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. Good. Glad you did.
Science. Dateline science of 15.
Dateline science for 15.
Dayline science for 15 points. Teams, this largest carnivore and largest predator in Yellowstone National Park is still safe, even though they were going to relax the law so that you could shoot these animals. What are these animals? Marshall,
Bears.
more specifically. What kind?
Brown bears.
Black bears.
Brown bear is absolutely right. Or grizzly. Go. Green.
Okay.
Dateline science for 5.
Dateline science for 5, please.
Dayline science for 5 points. Teams, you all know this answer because these plastic tubes that are only 2 inches by 2 inches, yes.
Lungs.
Wait.
Lungs? Not lungs.
Plastic tubes.
No. Benjamin Tasker, because these plastic tubes are only 2 inches by 2 inches, they fall through the slits in the recycling plant, so they cannot be recycled.
Straws?
Straws, yeah. The last straw, they're saying, yeah, when are we finally going to have the last straw? Because those things, you can't recycle them. Go red.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Visual question. Look at the monitor, please. Look at that. That is the biggest living thing east of the Mississippi. It's found in South Carolina. It's a tree called the angel tree, and it's the same kind of tree like all the others of its species that produce acorns. What kind of tree is it? Thurgood Marshall.
Oak tree.
Oak tree, exactly right. Oak trees are acorn makers. Go again. The angel oak.
We're back in it. We go in.
Science potpourri for 15.
Where next?
Science for 5. Science potpourri for 5.
Yes, sir.
Science potpourri for 5.
Science potpourri for 5 points. You know, it's been discovered that baboons will use bristles and their own hair to do this to their teeth.
Brush.
Careful, Tasker.
Brush their teeth?
Not brush their teeth. They're using bristles and their own hair to do this to their teeth. Marshall.
Bernard.
Omar?
Omar.
Pick the teeth.
Not pick their teeth. Floss their teeth. Floss their teeth. Yeah, there are a lot of different possibilities there. Go red. You still have a 15-point advantage.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo parade for 15 points. Teams, if you are, listen to this big word, take it apart. If you're an arachnophile, you like
Spiders.
You like spiders, yeah. You're a spider lover. Go red.
Science potpourri for 15.
Science potpourri for 15 points is a multiple choice question. This is really strange. Some scientists in an experiment gave psychedelic drugs to different kinds of octopus, and the octopus became less inhibited. Another way of saying that, did they become more aggressive, more social, or hungrier? Of those three, Gabriel?
Social.
They became more social. Yes, they did. They made friends more easily. Go green.
Zoo parade for 20.
Super great for 20 points. All right, teams. We've just discovered that the bones of a chameleon, we know chameleons can change colors, the bones will glow in the dark. They will fluoresce. I will give you the points, the 20 points, if you can spell Benjamin Tasker. Say the word for me.
Fluoresce.
Mm-hmm.
Flourescence.
Ooh, no. Good try. All right, Thurgood Marshall, your turn. I'll give you 20 points if you can spell fluoresce. Fluoresce. Say the word for me, please. Who's going to be my speller?
Fluoresce.
You going to do it, Gabriel?
Okay.
Say it again for me.
Fluoresce.
Fluoresce. Okay.
Flouresces.
You came close. Fluoresce. All right. A lot of people mix up the O and the U there. No points, go green. All right, you're 15 points behind, Gabriel. We're next.
Green things for 20, please.
Green things for 20, and the lead, if you get it, teams, this carbohydrate that plants produce as a storage product is often equated with stiffness. Benjamin Tasker.
I think it's
Pass it to Samir.
Samir, what's that carbohydrate?
Stigma.
Not stigma. This carbohydrate that plants produce as a storage product is often equated with stiffness.
The stem.
Starch. Like starch in, to make a collar stand up. Sugar is changed into starch. Go again, green.
Zuperate, 25.
Did you say Zuprate?
Yes, sir.
Zuprate for 25 points. All right, teams, there's a TV show on Nick at Night called Fairly Odd Parents. Well, you talk about Fairly Odd Parents. A baby mule has some fairly odd parents. He goes, that animal's my daddy, and that animal's my mama. What makes a mule?
A horse and a donkey.
Yeah, a horse and a donkey, exactly right. Good, go green. The male horse and the female donkey. The stallion and the jennet. All right, green.
Let's get physical, 20, please.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Teams, if you know Magnum P.I. in the opening of that new series, he jumped from a satellite and then parachuted down to Earth. He was 24 miles up. What layer of the atmosphere is that? Joy.
Atmosphere?
No. Again, what layer of the atmosphere would he have been in if he was 24 miles up there, Gabriel?
Hemisphere.
Stratosphere. Stratosphere was the correct answer. Good try. A couple years ago, there was a guy who did that. He went up in a helium-filled balloon, Felix Baumgartner, and he survived in good form. All right. Stuck at 140 to 130. We still have some big points to give away. Anybody's game, go green.
Body systems for 20, please.
Body systems for 20 points. All right, teams. Here's a multiple choice question for you. If you're a football player or a hockey player, you run the risk of developing something called CTE. C stands for chronic, E stands for encephalopathy, the T stands for targeted, transient, or traumatic. Traumatic, which is dramatic. It's that pounding of the head that oftentimes can lead to dementia later in life. Okay, red, you're back in the groove. Where?
Science potpourri for 20, please.
Potpourri for 20 points. DDT is an insecticide that kills insects. But DEET is a substance that doesn't kill insects. It does this to the insects.
Makes them grow.
It doesn't help them grow. DEET is a substance that doesn't kill insects. It does this to them.
It incapacitates them.
It keeps them away. It's an insect repellent. Go again, red.
Dateline science for 20, please.
Dateline science for 20 points. NASA is offering $1 million to whoever can come up with a way of changing carbon dioxide into sugar, because we will need that to happen if one day we live on what planet?
Mars.
Mars. Yes, good. Red.
Science potpourri for 25, please.
Potpourri for 25 points. Teams, it is thought that by the year 2015, half of the people in the world will be myopic, M-Y-O-P-I-C, meaning they will all be what? Myopic. What will they be?
Can you repeat the question?
I can't.
Okay.
that. Tough question.
Blind?
What's that?
Blind?
Oh, very close. Nearsighted. Nearsighted. Myopia is nearsightedness. You were in the right ballpark. 4 questions left. All right. Red.
Body systems for 25, please.
Body assistance for 25 points. Teams, listen to the clue. Diabetic macular edema. Huh? If you have that, fluid builds up in what part of your body? Tasker.
In your kidneys?
Not your kidneys. Diabetic macular edema. Fluid builds up in your
Chest.
eye. Eye. We were talking about the macula earlier. The buzzer says our game is over. We will be right back with a wrap-up. Don't go away.
Hi.
Hi. Patience. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back to Science Ball. Hope you enjoyed this game. It became a real match in that second round. Lead went back and forth, and that testifies to the great skill and sportsmanship of these 6 young people. Our final tally today is Thurgood Marshall 140, Benjamin Tasker 170. Congratulations to Samir and Joy and Ed Jabola and Miss Clark Green. Congratulations. We're going to see you in the next round against Hyattsville. Let's have a nice round of applause for the Tasker team. And Thurgood Marshall, Omar and Gabriel and Bernard. For the first time here, you guys did wonderfully. Let's give them a round of applause too. Miss Butler, as I said, thank you so much for taking the opportunity. We'd never seen your school until last year, and we really appreciate you being here. No tears over there, you guys. That's because you care, and I understand that. Thank you for being with us. See you next time on another edition of Science Ball. I'm Dave Zarin. Until then, bye-bye.